Hi, Angela here, talking to you from my home office just outside Boston, Massachusetts. And today I'd like to share with you some of the things that I have learned since I have been marketing online, some of the things that I wish I had known before I'd started, and some of the things that I've learned through some mistakes that I've made, as well as some things I've learned that have been going well. Okay, so let's get on with the video. So first of all, there's something I wish I had been more aware of before I'd started online, and that is the fact that there are so many shiny objects out there, and so much hype surrounding a lot of these shiny objects. It's not until you get online and you start to chase some of these shiny objects yourself that you realise, that there are many out there which just are not a good fit for you. They are a better fit for some people. There's also some which are just complete rubbish. And of course, there are many which are absolutely fantastic. Now, under this umbrella, I'm including business opportunities, training courses, resources, tools, strategies and tips that people are sharing. Just there's so many things under the umbrella, and so many of them, so many of them are very good, and so many of them just won't be a good fit for you. So how do you sift through those to find the gems? Well, that takes me on to point number 2, which, I wish I had another thing that I wish I'd been more aware of before I went online, and something which I really believe will be very helpful to some people if you're just starting out, and that is that you need to find 2 or 3 of the leaders out there who really resonate with you. Take a look at what they are doing. Take a look at the resources, the tools, the training that they are doing themselves, that they have produced themselves, because they have done a lot of that sifting for you. They are getting the results. So, if they produce a training product, it's likely to be a good one. If it's somebody who resonates with you, then, try out the strategies that they're using. Like I said, do the training courses that they're producing, and follow them on things like their blog, their Facebook page. There's resources out there that they'll be sharing their training and their tips and their resources and things that they use, which don't require you to spend a lot of money. Now, number 3, it brings me nicely onto point number 3, which is that you need to be willing to invest in your business. And if you follow that point number 1 and point number 2 wisely, which is not to chase after all the shiny objects, but to follow 2 or 3 leaders, and therefore you can invest your time, your effort, your energy, and your money in things that will actually help move your business forwards. It can cut you so much time, effort and energy, and wasted money. It can cut all of that out for you. But you do need to be willing to invest. Now, I suggest the first thing that you invest in is a course. Probably a good idea would be to buy a course from one of those 2 or 3 leaders, which is about recruiting. Because I don't think you can get anywhere in this industry without knowing how to recruit people. Actually sign people up into your business or make a sale, depending on what business you're in. The second thing I believe you need to invest in is a course, a training product, resources, whatever, which will help you to generate traffic online. Because yes, you need to know how to recruit people. You could start off with offline strategies, but if you don't know how to recruit people, you're not going to get anywhere. So that's the first course. The second course is how to get traffic. Okay. Another thing I believe is vital that you invest in is some kind of online marketing system, such as My Lead System Pro. Unless you're somebody with all the technical skills necessary beforehand to do things like build capture pages, sales funnels, everything that you need really. It might sound like gobbledygook if you're a complete newbie, but you do need it when you're starting out marketing online. If you invest in one of those platforms, it's all done for you. So it cuts out the learning curve, it cuts out all the time and the energy required and the effort required to actually learn how to do that if you don't know, and I certainly didn't, and also to actually do it. Point number 4, which, I'm actually only learning myself right now. And I wish that I had known about it. Well, I knew about it, but I wish that I'd known to dive in earlier. And that is that I believe you need to dive into social media sooner rather than later. We are in the year 2014 when I'm recording this video, and everybody is on the internet. Everybody pretty much is using these social media tools, using these social media sites. So, I really believe it's very, very important that you dive into these social media platforms, at least one of them, sooner rather than later. And, as soon as you could feel confident enough to do so. And in fact, I believe you need to dive into social media before you feel absolutely confident enough to do so, which brings me very nicely on to point number 5, which is that you need to learn to chase the discomfort. Now, I'm sure you've heard it before. In order to succeed online or offline in this industry, you have got to get out of your comfort zone. But no matter how many times some people say it, no matter how many times some people hear it, they still don't do it. And it's absolutely vital that you get out of your comfort zone. However, there's a big difference between getting out of your comfort zone and feeling overwhelmed. Now, it's really, really important that you focus on one thing at a time, and by doing so, by waiting until you get consistent results with one thing, perhaps it's one strategy, one lead generation strategy, but you need to focus on learning that one thing at a time, and before you move on to something else, you need to be getting consistent results through that one thing in order to avoid that overwhelm. And another way to avoid that overwhelm, which is, like I said, it's just so vital that you avoid, is my point number 6, which is it's a really, really good strategy to outsource. Anything that, and it doesn't need to cost much money either. Some people think, well, I can't outsource because I haven't got any money. It doesn't need to cost much money. Anything that is completely unfamiliar to you or is going to take a lot of your time and effort and energy away from those money-making skills, is it's worth outsourcing. There are sites like Odesk and Fiverr.com, and there's many others out there as well, which are available online, and you don't need to invest a lot of money to outsource a great deal of these tasks. Okay, the main point that I'd like you to take away from this video is that by following what those 2 or 3 leaders are doing, the 2 or 3 leaders who really resonate with you are doing, then if they are doing something, then it's probably worthwhile you doing it. Not necessarily everything that they're doing all at once, but in time. If they're doing something, it's probably worth your while doing it. If they are not doing something, then it's probably not worth your while doing it. And that can save you so much time, effort, energy, and money. Okay, I hope this video has been helpful to you. I hope to connect with some of you soon, and I wish you every success in whatever you decide to do. Bye-bye.